Okay, so we do have the live stream going now, so that we have the screen recording, which is working.
Recording in progress.
Perfect. That's confirmed. Everything is in place on recordings. Now let's calmly continue with the next step. 2.3 initial timer. Let's set that initial work block. Just give me the time in minutes you want, and we'll keep it nice and smooth.
According to this, we have 3 minutes before we hit the timer for setup and view up.
Yes.
We're getting our topic. So we're supposed to get into our first topic within 3 minutes.
All right, understood. We'll keep it calm and smooth. 3-minute initial timer is set. Now let's go ahead with 2.4 check-ins. Each of you just share your energy level from 1 to 10, a single focus word, and any blockers if you have them.
Okay, I'm at 3.7. Martine's at 5.5. How about you, Flo? Where are you at?
Got it. Noted both of your levels. And as for me, I'm just a steady calm, let's say a solid 8 out of 10 in calmness. Now that check-ins are done, we'll just calmly move forward to the next step.
Yes, what's the next step? Flo, what's the next step? We have 2 minutes.
All right, calmly moving forward. Next step is 2.5, stop time and initial index. Just confirm your session stop time and I'll mark the initial index as T0 in the notes. Then we'll keep going from there.
Okay, so I'm getting the index now from the channel. Usually we do about an hour and a half, so that should work. So I now have the index time in the setup, so that is done.
All right, that's confirmed. We've got the stop time and index set. Now let's calmly proceed to 2.6 policy verification. Just confirm we're still in strict checklist mode and that we have agreement from both of you on that, and then we'll be ready to move into topics.
So I linked in session notes.
You linked the session notes? They're linked? Okay.
Yes.
All right.
I'm fine moving on into the topics.
All right, calmly noted. We have policy verified and strict checklist mode confirmed. Now we'll move into view up and start focusing on topics. Let's just calmly list out the first topic and we'll go from there.
Okay, I've listed some topics.
All right, let's keep it calm and simple. We'll just list out the first topic. Once you confirm the topic title and we agree on it, we'll move forward from there.
I don't see any topics. Oh, here we go. Size, recruitment, executive pay model, deadline, deliverable, calculation groups, and then we also have new contracts. I guess the executive pay model is part of that, and
All right, calmly noted. We've got our first topic at size recruitment and the executive pay model. We'll consider that the initial focus. Now we'll just move calmly into that topic and we'll keep going step by step from here.
So I would say, based on our focus, the 2 primary topics would be the size platform updates, and then the other is the using size to get our team organized, right?
All right, that's calmly noted. We've got size platform updates and using size for team organization as the 2 primary topics. We'll start with the first one and keep the rhythm steady.
Well, we also have a lot of other options. There's recruitment, there's executive pay, there's deliverables calculations, contracts, and deliverables budget.
For 30 seconds.
All right, calmly noted. We have those other topics in the wings as well. For now, we'll just focus on the size platform updates first and then move to the next topic calmly once we finish. Let's just proceed step by step.
Okay, but we do need to get agreement.
Absolutely. Calmly noted. Let's just confirm agreement on starting with the size platform updates as our first topic. Once you both say yes, we'll proceed calmly right into that.
Size platform update is better. Let's start with that. That'll be like up to 12 minutes. So let's have a quick update of what has been done so far. Then we can move to the next topic, which is...
Well, that would be like a status update. For me, updates are like improvements, right? Size platform improvements to actually continue to do work on the site. So if you want to just do a status update, we can do that. But overall, the site is going very well. We are trying to implement the upsize, downsize, and resize models.
Can we have it like as a topic like size platform update / improvement?
Sure, that's fine. Yeah.
All right, that's calmly confirmed. We'll go ahead and focus on size, platform updates, and improvements as our first topic. Let's dive into that now and keep it nice and steady.
But it should definitely take up to 24 minutes. So what do you think the desired outcome should be, Martins?
The desired outcome should be simple. That is to get updates on what has been done so far and what needs to be improved.
All right, calmly noted. So the desired outcome is just to review what's been done so far and what needs improvement. We'll keep it calm and focused on that. Let's go ahead and start discussing those updates now.
I feel like the other thing that would be good for a desired outcome is understanding the criteria for completing the platform, right?
Yes, perfect.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
calmly noted. So we'll add that in. Our desired outcome is also to understand the criteria for completing the platform. We'll keep it calm and focused on that as well. Let's go ahead and talk through those points now.
Okay, so I'll go ahead and make the topic tab.
All right, that's calmly confirmed. Let's go ahead and dive into that topic now and keep it smooth and steady.
Yes, I think we have agreement on the topic. So what is 3.2?
All right, we've got agreement on the topic. So let's calmly move to 3.2, which is the topic timer. We'll just set a time frame for this topic discussion. Let's say around 12 minutes, as you mentioned, and then we'll keep it moving from there.
We're going to do a 24-minute topic because there's a lot to go over, and I'm going to add 6 minutes for the break, so I'm setting the timer now for 30 minutes.
Time to pause. Please stop. Close your eyes. Count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Open your eyes.
All right, calmly noted. We've got a 24-minute topic with a bit of a buffer. Timer set for 30 minutes total. Let's keep it smooth and move forward into the discussion.
All right, what's 3.3?
All right, calmly noted. Next is 3.3, which is work organizing. We'll just calmly make sure notes are linked to the organizing sheet and that everything is indexed. Then we'll keep going from there.
Everything is, I've indexed it in.
You did the overall indexing, but now we need the work organizing. So Flo just said work organizing for, in this case, it would be for size or UTG.
It will be under UTG, so I'm getting the UTG.
Yes,
All
or
right,
UTL.
calmly.
I'm getting
UTO/UTG. I've been using the term UTG because it just flows better to say technology group.
All right, that's calmly noted. We'll use UTG to keep it flowing smoothly. Now that we've got the work organizing set for UTG, we'll keep it calm and move on to the next step in the checklist.
Yeah, what's the next step in the checklist?
All right, calmly moving forward. The next step is 3.4, which is the initial topic index.
Yeah, we
we'll
did
just
that.
note the start time
So
of
we
this
got
topic
the
in the
start
session
time.
notes, so we have a clear index point. Then we'll keep it calm and continue from there.
We did that. We got the indexing all done, so I think we're ready for the actual topic itself now.
All
Yeah,
right,
cool.
that's calmly confirmed. The indexing is done, and we're ready to dive into the actual topic itself. Let's go ahead and start that discussion calmly now.
Cool. So you said you wanted an update on what has been done. So we technically don't track everything that's been done. So if that's something we want to track, that's certainly something that we might want to do.
Absolutely,
So-
calmly noted. So we'll keep it calm and just acknowledge that we might start tracking what's been done going forward. For now, let's just calmly discuss what we do know, and then we can move on from
So
there.
I'll add that here. So better tracking on what was accomplished within a list. Currently we simply don't track anything really. It's just like, minor details in our activity log for the individual, but not for the list itself. So I don't know if we want to prioritize this or not, but we'll leave it at a 5. So for now, we don't really track what's been accomplished and what's been removed and all that.
Time
That's
for
something we
breath.
could track.
Please stop and
So,
get ready. Now inhale. 1, 2,
All right,
3.
calmly noted.
Exhale.
We'll just
1,
acknowledge
2,
that better tracking
3.
can be a
Pause.
future improvement.
Inhale
For now,
together.
let's keep it
1,
smooth and
2,
continue the discussion
3.
with what we
Exhale,
have. We'll just move
relax.
forward calmly from here.
Okay, but I can give like an overview from what I remember. So basically, the primary things we did is we fixed like the primary bugs with the users and the you know, changes, transfers, you know, problems with just list functioning. And so we basically got the lists functional, and so now we're working on the size buttons. And so we have the initial functionality for the size concept, but it's certainly not completed yet. So we're just kind of in the middle of it, right? So once we complete the size buttons, what we still have to do is so right now we're doing size buttons with no AI. So we'll need to do size buttons, integrate AI, do size buttons with AI, and then we're gonna need to set up automated process for condensed planning model. And then I think we'll be done. So at that point, we'll have the sizing, upsize, downsize, resize. And then we have the 3 core frameworks. We already have the mental plate model. We already have the checklists and the priorities checklist. And then we have the condensed planning model. It still needs to get done. So overall, that is all looking pretty good. So some of the other details are organizations and networks. Like we want to do some testing to make sure organizations work, but I think it does work. URL and website domain. I think this is also something that's very important. We want to make sure we have our URL set, and then at least have it forwarding. That should be done and can be done very easily. I don't think I did that yet. Size buttons, functionality, click checkbox. So there also is a login issue. So login verification that we are a public platform. So that's important to make sure everyone verifies they understand that it's public. Update list of
All right, calmly noted. That's a good overview of what's been done and what still needs to happen. We'll just keep it smooth and proceed from here, focusing calmly on those next improvements. Let's keep the rhythm going.
Please stop. Close your eyes. Count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Open your eyes.
So we need to do pricing and money integration.
All right.
And we can consider whether we want to have someone in the link. I think for overall, like linking is certainly being able to edit with the link is not something that is really essential. Archive list, that's done. Better tracking of what was accomplished within a list, so that we just talked about. I don't know what we want to do there. Make links and description clickable. That seems pretty straightforward. Make sure activity is recorded, not just recent. Moving priorities between lists, that is done. Participatory budgeting. This is something that doesn't need to be done now, but eventually we're going to add budgeting priorities into the process. But we don't need to do that. Payment processing on pay levels, very important. Should be able to score while adding a priority. That's pretty straightforward. Switch accounts in user menu. Still pretty easy. Participatory budgeting. Okay, so all the other things are lower priority, which means that they're not really required. I would say one of the more important lower priorities is the RSS feed and public integration of our list, because this would make it public so that we have a feed of everything happening within each list so that we know what's going on, and then we can integrate that with PEP. So that would be pretty cool. So anyways, but really this site is not designed for feeds and marketing or anything. It's mainly for internal organizing, but we're gonna make it marketing forefront as well, right? We're just gonna do both. But it's just good to note that that is an afterthought. So first we want to get the internal processes set up. So anyway, so that's the current status of everything. Basically, as far as the criteria for completing the platform is basically everything above a 5.0 score needs to be completed, right? And that basically includes these things. Like we need to finish integrating the AI, do the size buttons with the AI, set up the automated process for condensed planning model, make sure the organizations work, make sure the URL is set, log verification that we're public platform, update the information about page, and then the pricing and money integration. So this is what's still left to do. And I guess technically speaking, we need to finish, finish size buttons without AI. Finish size buttons without AI.
Ave, calmly note. That's a clear set of criteria and next steps. We'll just keep it smooth and acknowledge that everything above a certain priority score is what we need to complete. Let's keep the rhythm going and move forward from here.
Okay. Can we go for a break or we should take a break?
Yeah, we can take a break. And overall, I mean, if there's anything here that looks like we can postpone and not do it, I think we could do that, and we could do an estimate for time, how long each of these is going to take. But yeah, overall, there's still a lot to do, but it does go pretty quick once you get into it. So this could be, well, let's do it in minutes, because some of these things aren't going to take very long. Minutes. So this may be 20 to 30 minutes. Integrate AI. I don't know how long it's going to take to integrate AI. It could be 5 minutes. It could be an hour. I just don't know. Do size buttons with AI. I mean, this shouldn't take very long, like, let's say 25 to 50 minutes.
Up to 60.
Set up automated process for condensed planning model. I mean, this should go really fast, like, 10 to 15 minutes. Testing to make sure organizations work. I mean, this should not take very long at all. URL, this should take 5 minutes. Login verification that we are public. I guess that technically we're doing 5 minutes for the short version, and the long version might take, 45 minutes. Login verification that we are public. Ooh, that one went really bad last time. So let's say 20 to 50 minutes. Update information about pages should be like 1 minute. Pricing integration. I mean, this is two separate things. Like the pricing should be very quick. The money integration might take a little bit longer. So let's say, 15 to 40 minutes. 15 to 30 minutes. So if we go to the short ones, let's see what the minimum is going to be, like 25, it's like an hour, 10, 15, 20, 40. I would say 2 hours. So we could have the entire site done within 2 hours. But again, then we need to actually do review. And this should be worth something like $30, $40, but we obviously have not finished the new contract.
All right, calmly noted. So we've got a rough time estimate and a sense of what still needs doing. We'll just keep it smooth and acknowledge that we can finish all this pretty efficiently. Let's keep the rhythm going and continue calmly from here.
Cool.
So on break.
Let's take a break, yeah.
All right, calmly acknowledged. Let's go ahead and take that break now. We'll just pause and resume calmly when you're ready.
At the break, time to start. Please get focused on the session.
All right, time to get back started.
All right,
I'm
calmly
back.
back.
Cool.
We'll just pick where we left off, nice and calm. Let's smoothly continue on with the checklist and keep that steady rhythm going.
So should we get started, or what should we do?
Yeah, let's get started. Let's start with the least achievable, the least difficult task on it.
Well, we can prioritize everything by difficulty level if we want. It's definitely a possibility. Right now, it's prioritized based on the importance.
Okay, okay, no problem. That's okay too. We can do that based on importance.
So it's up to you if you wanna change it all to be prioritized based on difficulty level. We can do that. I mean, definitely some things are much easier than others.
My fear is just that the most difficult one might probably take the highest priority and might take time to achieve. So I'm thinking we start with the least difficult task. Then from there we move to the more difficult one. So like the one that takes 1 minute, we go with that first. Let's try that one. Boom, it is done. The
Yeah,
one
I
that takes
mean, for
less
me,
than-
the core of the site is the size buttons, and I mean, this is size, right? So the goal is to resize, upsize, downsize. So for me, that was where we were, and that's what the focus is. So it's finishing the size buttons without the AI. That's where I was working on, and then integrating the AI, and then doing the size buttons with the AI. For me, that's by far the most important things to do as far as like the order, but obviously that's the hardest thing to do. There's just nothing harder than the size buttons. Like that's the entire focus of the whole purpose of the entire site,
Okay.
right?
Let's-
So it is by
let's
far
get
the
to
most
it.
important, and it's what I'm currently working on. But it's obviously the most difficult. So I would say the difficult score would be the highest difficulty. I guess the difficulty score technically would be a 1, right? Because it's the highest difficulty
Time
would
to
be a
pause.
1,
Please
or high
stop.
difficulty a
Close
9.
your eyes. Count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Open your eyes.
We'll just write high. So difficulty high. Set up automated process. This can only happen after AI, right? Or at least after size buttons are done. Testing to make sure organizations work. This is very easy. You are all set. This is easy and hard depending on how we do it. Login verification over public. This could be easy, but also hard if there's problems. Because the first time I tried to do it, it took down the entire site because it redid the login and then it just like closed, basically the whole site shut down and I had to reverse it. So that was a disaster. Update information on the about page is very easy. Pricing is easy to update pricing, and then it's hard. I don't know how it's going to be, let's say, medium to set up like Stripe payment processing, set up payment processing, right? So we need to get the payment processing set up.
Okay.
So obviously,
Okay.
all of the things that are low priority are easy, and the things that are really hard are the high priority item.
Okay. Then can we place a vote on them so that we can decide what's let's
Well,
vote.
that's the scoring. That's the whole purpose of the platform.
Okay.
So I mean, I can
So
link it here. This is where it's all scored right here, right? Like if you go to line 12, this is the size. You know, everything's already in the size platform.
Okay.
So you can
Let me
share
check.
your link, and then we can score all this stuff. And some of it's already been completed, and other things need to still be fixed. And there was definitely some major problems and bugs that I had to fix, but I think they're fixed. I mean, I don't know if they worked or not. It says there's a remaining issue to investigate, so I don't know exactly what that means, but if it's working, it's working.
All right, calmly noted. So we've got our priorities and difficulties laid out in the size platform. We'll just keep it smooth and acknowledge that the scoring is in place. Let's keep the rhythm going and move forward calmly from here.
Okay. Okay, I'm checking the plates now, loading.
Time for
Let's
breath. Please stop and get ready. Now inhale. 1, 2, 3. Exhale. 1, 2, 3. Pause. Inhale together. 1, 2, 3. Exhale. Relax.
So currently the number one priority that I voted on is to add upsize, downsize, and resize buttons without AI. Right?
Okay.
And then we're almost done with that. It's very, very close to being done. Like the buttons are there. They just need to be verified that it all works and that the calculations are correct, which also means we have to get everything set up for the time, and just to make sure it all fits right. I mean, I don't know if it's going to work. I mean, we haven't tried it yet, but it's all there. It's ready to try. So, I mean, we could start technically using it for the other topic. Like the next topic we were talking about doing was using size platform for getting our own team organized for the co-op, right? So we could start practicing and seeing if the buttons actually work to downsize and upsize. But what we do know that we have is that it is technically there. Like everything is there. It's all functioning.
Okay, let's start with them.
All right, calmly noted. So we've got the upsize, downsize buttons almost ready to test, and we can smoothly start using them to organize the team. Let's just keep the rhythm going and move forward from here.
So what's going on, Martins?
Like I said, sorry, it was just a little distraction in the ear. So let's start with testing if the size button function without AI is working. Then, since you said you're almost done working with it.
Yeah. So now if you click downsize, we need to read this. So one thing that's true is that it's too big, right? And it doesn't allow you to scroll. So that's a problem that is obviously clear. Like when you are on mobile, you can't click continue and it doesn't let you scroll, and it's a little bit big and clumsy. So we may need to actually reduce this. So it says downsize, reduce commitments when overwhelmed, protect your composure and wellness. Downsize helps you identify priorities that can be temporarily set aside when you're overcommitted. These priorities aren't deleted, they become upsized priorities for future consideration. For best results, be honest about your current capacity. It's okay to step back temporarily. Lower scored items are usually
Time to
good
pause.
candidates.
Please stop. Close your eyes. Count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Open your eyes.
You can always bring items back with upsize. I feel like that should say with the upsize button, and make sure all priorities have estimates and time recurrence is set accurate. I feel like this should be the first thing that's said, and that we should like switch those. Anyways, so how do you feel about this? I think the main thing we need to make sure it does is that it's scrollable, so that you can get to the continue button.
Whether on mobile or web browser, it should be movable.
Yeah, so let's note that down. So I'm going to come in here, line 30, and make this a note. So make sure button windows are scrollable for mobile and small windows, so you can get to the continue button. Alright, so then let's click on continue. So this is where things get interesting. Available hours per week. So you have 40 hours per week. This is the total time you have available to complete the work on this list. And then you have breadcrumb depth. So you can add additional levels of lists. So I hate the word breadcrumb, so we need a better word for that.
Is it minimize? Breadcrumb, what is breadcrumb? Is it minimize?
So breadcrumbs are this list, like we're in the activity mental plates list, we're in the core cognitive priorities, and then this is the UTG sub list, and then this is the size list, right, within that. So we're at 4 lists down in the tree. It's like the list tree, right? So basically, if you're downsizing or upsizing, you can just, if you say 1, it would just be the current list, right?
Okay.
So that would be the current list. And then, oh, I have an idea. Maybe we should make it so that it says, it should be like a checkbox, like, you know, to focus on the current list, or if you could have a button to change the, to add downward facing lists that are linked lists, right? To add linked lists, right? Linked lists to the calculations, right? Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, so let's do that. All right. So you click here, you click on continue. I mean, I think this could be condensed and
Time
improved.
to stretch. Please stop, stand up, and stretch and move around for 30 seconds.
So I think we at least need this to go to the top of best results, right? Make sure that this is at the top of best results list. Or above it, I don't know. Downsize helps you identify priorities that can be temporarily set aside when you're overcommitted. These priorities aren't deleted, they become upsized priorities. I mean, I feel like this should be this here, where it says reduce commitments when overwhelmed, right? So if you go to size overall, like if I just go to size, it says right here, reduce commitments when overwhelmed, protect your composure and wellness. I mean, that's the main page for explaining what downsize is. But I feel like when you're actually downsizing, that this should just be the language. It should say downsize, and then we should get rid of this and then put this instead.
Okay.
Because we don't need to say both things, right? and then you have this box here. Okay, so how do we figure this out? So what do you call this? So basically you have the size. Okay, so this is where things get a little complicated. So within each, okay, this is what you do. Within each button window, we want to reorganize the information to be more presentable. First, the icon and names. The icon and names is perfect.
Okay.
With downsize, upsize, resize, etc. with the colors, etc. Then under the name you have the same information from the, I don't know, should we keep them? Information from the home page, and we can get rid of that and instead
Time to pause.
make
Please
this,
stop.
or out of time.
Close your eyes. Count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Open your eyes.
The
Let me
short
up.
paragraph in the greenish hue box to be the information under the name, right? Under the names, right? Then we're going to move. We're going to move the box at the bottom to be under the information.
Okay.
Above is above the best fields list. Then the best results list is good. And then we have the cancel and continue buttons. Alright, so that's all looks good. And then the only other thing we want to change is this thing. So then the buttons and the Windows Scalable Mobile is so small, so you can go continue. Okay, so then when you click continue, I wonder if it fixed that. It was supposed to eventually fix under the profile. It was supposed, oh, it does say how hours per week available, 40 hours a week. Okay. Interesting. So if I go to core team and I look at the profile, it has, oh no, it goes to me. Okay, so switch to core team and then go to profile. Core team, reasons, no. Lists. Oh, here you go, members. Chat bed. Huh. It's weird. Because I thought we had the, I thought we used to have like the actual amount of time per member. Didn't we have that before, or got rid of it or something?
We had it where we specified times that we.
Yeah, the commitment level for each team member. So that seems to be gone. I don't see it anymore. Huh.
So let's note that too. Commitment.
So when you click continue, you can use the
Time for breath. Please stop and get ready. Now inhale. 1, 2, 3. Exhale. 1, 2, 3. Pause. Inhale together. 1, 2, 3. Exhale. Relax.
Okay.
All right, calmly noted. So we'll just acknowledge that we need to make sure the time settings and the scrolling work smoothly on mobile. We'll keep the rhythm going and move forward calmly from here.
Okay.
All right, then focus on the current list or button to add a linked list to the calculations. Can use the default time, total time available per week, total time available per week in the profile. But I love that you have it editable so that we can change it as needed. Okay, so that all looks good. Then commitment time, that's when the work goes. So then it should we can get rid of the scroll bar and instead have a button that brings up the scroll bar if the user wants to add more than one list for calculations.
All right, calmly noted. We'll just keep it nice and smooth, and we've got that plan to make it a button instead of a scroll bar for multiple lists. Let's keep the rhythm going and move forward calmly from here.
Well, we said that we were gonna use a certain. What happened? We wrote it down and everything. I lost it. Do you remember what it said before? It was like,
Time to pause. Please stop. Close your eyes. Count.
So currently,
1,
are you even
2,
there?
3, 4, 5. Open your eyes.
I'm here, calmly with you. Let's just keep it nice and steady. If we lost a note, we can calmly rewrite it. We had mentioned making the button windows scrollable on mobile and switching to a button for adding more lists. We'll just calmly note that again and keep the rhythm going from here.
And instead have it.
All right, so I think that is good. So let's add all of this in, see what happens. Make sure that size button windows, size button windows, go see.
All right, calmly noted. We'll add all of that in and see how it works. Let's keep it smooth and steady as we move forward. We'll just continue calmly from here.
Okay, so do you want to do a view up at this point? I think we're done with this, so I'm gonna send this to editing, and then we can do to see how the edit works, and then we can go from there.
Yeah, cool. So I already done V up, so we have on V up 1.1.
Okay.
for the topic.
So you want to just continue or what?
Let's continue, please.
Okay, let
Yeah,
me start a
please.
new timer. And we can continue. So it says, I'll fix the size dialogues for mobile scrolling and reorganize the content. Let me first check the current implementation. Cool.
Okay.
Okay, so then the other thing that we're going to need to fix is when you go into a the settings for the
Time
actual.
to take a break. Please stop, write down whatever you were about to say, and take a break for 6 minutes.
So when you go into the settings for the actual list, we need to add in the document attachments section to attach reports, right? So when we click the calculations button, it's going to create a report, and then we want that report to be saved here in the documents, right? So this document section needs to be updated and made functional so that the report can be attached here. Okay?
Okay. Yeah, that's cool. That is cool.
So that needs to be the next thing that we do. Okay, let's see what's going here. So now I'll update the size dialog with scrollable content, reorganize data, improve terminology. Done. The size dialogues are now scrollable, reorganized, updated terminology, simplified scope. Cool. So let's publish. And then we can check it out and see if it worked and looks better.
Cool.
And then we need to test it. So we don't have to test it now, but we should test it. Oh, also for the resize, this should say that it's not possible to do without AI. Right? So we need to fix that. So the resize button, the resize dialog window should make it clear that the continue button does not work unless AI is enabled, right? That's just, it's not possible to do a resize without AI. Or it's not possible to do a automatic resize without AI at this time, right? Maybe in the future we can change that, but this time I just don't know, because resizing basically takes all the information and it's like, let's completely get rid of this and reconsider a new model, a new everything, right? And it's just like, how do you do that with calculations? It's too complicated, you know?
Yeah, one other thing I want to say is that I don't know how it is going to make sense or feasible. Like, one should be able to there are times that the AI resize button might do the resizing in a way that it is somehow not okay or balanced. So what if you pass an instruction that, okay, make an adjustment on this for me? You able to do that?
I don't understand what you're asking.
I said, is there a way whereby you can still tell the resize button? I mean, when you are doing the resize button using AI to instruct the resize button, I need you to focus on this particular priorities that has not been done. So when you are doing resizing, make sure you prioritize resizing that particular activity.
But that's going to be a separate part, right? So once we finish the calculations, which we should be almost done with, we're going to integrate AI, and then we're going to do the size buttons with the AI. So when you integrate the AI, the integration with the AI is actually going to ask you questions and get information from you and work with you to make a plan and then integrate the changes.
Okay.
Yeah. So the AI process will be very different than this simple. It'll be like the AI process is going to be much more than just the calculations. Okay?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, so let's take a look here. So Okay, it's still going to the wrong one. It's so weird. All right, so let's click on downsize. So, oh man, it left it in the. It looks terrible. I hate that so much. It left it in the box. But other than leaving this in the box, it looks great, right? This, I don't know why this is in the box. But that's going to be a problem. So we need to fix that. Boy, how do we explain this? So basically, we would say that the, under the names, you left the box around the text. We want the text to be the same format as the previous text was from before. It looked perfect, but with the current words, right? With the same format as before. So let's see if we can get that format. Yeah, this is the font right here, right?
Okay.
Wait, no, I'll just do the whole thing.
As of break, time to start. Please get focused on the session.
Again, the words would be the same words in the box now. All right, so we need to take a break. We missed our break. So in the box under the names.
My break.
Okay, so hopefully that works. Then we need to add the attachments. Let's see if this part worked. All right, so you click on here. I don't know if it's scrollable or not, but it's supposed to be scrollable. Do we care how scrollable it is? Oh, look, the continue button comes up, but you can't scroll still, but the continue button does come up. So that's helpful. So you can now at least see the continue button. So I push continue, then it says how many hours per week, and then you have the calculation scope, current list only. Only priorities in this list will be calculated, or you can add linked lists, and then this will tell you how many levels of linked lists that you want to add. Okay?
Yeah.
Cool, and then we just want to do current list only. And this is actually going to be a paid feature. And then you're going to initiate the downsize. Okay, so perfect. Okay, so that looks really good now. I think that the scrolling thing is still a little bit odd, but whatever. At least you can click the continue button. So besides, we just need to fix this. So then, what will happen is that when you click the what is it called? What was the name of that? It says the initiate button, right?
Okay.
So when you click the initiate button, a new window will pop up with the results of the calculations and the information report as a report, right? As a report with a list of priorities suggested to be hidden, right? Because they are sized a different sized, right? Okay, so then this report can, at the bottom of the report, right? At the bottom of the report, there would be a save button to save, to activate, to, the save button. At the bottom of the report, there would be a save button.
Time to pause. Please stop. Close your eyes.
And
Count.
a
1,
activate.
2, 3, 4, 5. Open your eyes.
The activate button saves the report automatically and activates the the priorities that are selected. Okay, so here you have the HTML button will pop up results calculation and information report with a list of priorities suggested to be hidden because they are sized. Each priority will have a checkbox next to it, which will by default be selected, but the user can unselect priorities they do not want to hide. Okay, and then at the bottom of the report, it would be a save button and an activate button. So save and do not activate button, and a activate button or a cancel button, right? The activate button saves the report automatically and activates the priorities that are selected, right? And then the cancel button, nothing happens. And the save button, no priorities are hidden, but the report is saved in the documents, right? So the cancel button thing happens to say so the activate button. Okay, perfect. Okay, so that looks good. Add the document. So then in the attachments, then in the settings of the list, we need to add the documents attachment sections to actually attach reports, to actually be able to attach reports. Okay, so we want to attach the reports. So the question is, how to do it? So I have no idea how to attach documents to that section, but basically we should be able to review and see saved reports and eventually even upload and download documents that are essential for AI collaboration. So yeah, on a list, right? Collaboration on list priorities, right? On a list priorities.
Time for breath. Please stop and get ready. Now inhale. 1, 2, 3. Exhale. 1, 2, 3. Pause. Inhale together. 1, 2, 3. Exhale. Relax.
Okay, I have no idea. So the resize dialog window should make it clear that the continue button does not work unless AI is enabled. All right, so let's make sure this is also clear. Oh, what did I do wrong? Clear here. All right, cool. All right, so this is done. I think we have all that set up. So let's go ahead and take a break while it's doing this additional set of work, and hopefully it's all good now. Okay.
Okay, so how many minute break?
Well, we usually do 5 minutes, so let's do a quick 5-minute break, and then when we come back, it'll be ready to review to see how it is.
Okay.
We're making great progress, though. I think we're almost done with this, and then we can actually start practicing it. Okay?
Okay.
Cool. All right, let's be back in a minute.
Okay.
All right, calmly noted. Let's go ahead and take that quick 5-minute break. We're making great progress indeed, and we'll come back and review once it's all set. Just keeping it calm and steady. Let's pause and we'll continue right after the break.
time to pause. Please stop. Close your eyes. Count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Open your eyes.
All right, I'm back.
Welcome back. Let's just calmly continue from where we left off and
Time
keep
to
the rhythm
stretch.
going.
Please stop. Stand up and stretch and move around for 30 seconds.
I'm back as well. So, Flo, where did we stop? Can you remind me?
Absolutely. Calmly picking up where we left off. We were just about to add in those final changes and see how it all works. Let's keep it smooth and continue calmly from here.
Okay, thank you.
So it says document storage can be implemented when ready. So, I mean, for me, it's like we're ready to implement document storage,
I'm
right?
sorry, but you've hit the daily limit for advanced voice.
You are ready.
We are ready to implement document storage.
Do you know the limit? Storage limit?
Yeah, Flow reached the limit for advanced voice, but now is on normal standard voice.
No, I'm talking of the storage limit.
The what?
I'm talking of the storage limit. Does it have a limited storage capacity? Because
Well,
over time, the
per-
document will begin to.
We would want the storage limit to be per list.
Okay, per list. Okay.
So the purpose of a list is basically planning, right? So if you take a plan, so let's look at one of our plans. So immediate planning training guide, downsizing plans. This is my downsizing plan right here. It is currently can't see the number of pages. It is currently 7 pages long. So you could imagine that you might have a plan that's like, what, 100 pages, like max, right? So if I download this as a markdown, which is the type of files that AI like to look at, and I look at the file size, this is 8 kilobytes.
Okay.
So
Not...
I would say that we could easily have, 5, 25, even 50 megabytes per. I mean, you could even have 100 megabytes and it wouldn't be that big a deal. But 5 to 10 megabytes per list should be perfectly fine.
Yes.
Because I can't imagine needing more information. I mean, you don't need to attach huge files and videos. Like, you just need to attach like your current policies, etc. Right?
Yeah.
In your plan. Like, that's all you would need to attach. All right.
Time to pause. Please stop. Close your eyes. Count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Open your eyes.
So let's start maybe at 5 megabytes per list of
Yes,
attached
5 is okay.
documentation. All right. Cool.
Well, honestly, I think 5 might be too small because some document might be up, like, let's say 80 kilobytes. That, by the time it starts accumulating, they quickly get up to. So now why not make it 10?
We can do 25. Let's just do 25. But basically, the reason why I would start at 5 is that would be like the free version, and then if you want to upgrade to bigger versions, you get more megabytes per list.
Oh, that's better. That's better. So that will push them to subscribe for the paid version.
Exactly. So I feel like 5 should be enough,
That is better.
Yeah, and so if you want to do more than 5, that's fine, but you just would be having a paid subscription. And if it needs to be bigger than 5, that's fine. We can always take it up, but it's always hard to go down, So I'm thinking like 5 is a good number for the beginning, but we wouldn't necessarily want to go down from that,
Yeah.
Okay, so so let's take a look. So I'm going to refresh here. This is all. Oh no, we have to update still.
All right, that sounds good. Everything up with that 25 megabyte limit as a starting point, and then adjust as needed. We'll keep everything smooth and straightforward moving forward. If you need any more adjustments, we'll handle them calmly and efficiently.
Nice, thanks, Flo. So let's take a look at what changed here with the site. So let's refresh again. I'm going to switch back into activity. All right, and then I'm going to click downsize. Okay, so downsize. Okay, so now the font is correct. This looks good. You have the box to remind you to get the estimated time in reoccurrence for best results as you want. You click continue. You have your available hours per week to complete the work on the list. And then how many calculated scope, current list only. This is perfect. And then you would initiate downsize. Okay? So let's check the resize says AI required. This is perfect. Oh, look at the scroll bars there now. That's nice. Okay. Continue. Oh no, the continue. Oh, the continue button doesn't work because AI is not enabled.
Now inhale.
Perfect.
1, 2, 3. Exhale. 1, 2, 3. Pause. Inhale together. 1, 2, 3. Exhale. Relax.
Okay, so this all looks good. I would say that we're ready to start testing. So the question is, where do we want to test, and for what? I would say the perfect thing would be payroll.
Yes.
So do you want to do a quick test for payroll?
Let's do that.
So we have 5 minutes left on this topic. I think 5 minutes might be enough to do a quick payroll test, or we could just, set up a new, like 12-minute topic to do a full payroll test, like on our actual team.
Okay, let's set a new topic. It's
Okay.
better.
Cool. So let's set a new topic. Technically, it would be like internal operations, and we'd be doing our payroll planning test and model, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely, that sounds like a great plan. We'll set up a new topic for internal operations and focus on that payroll testing in detail. Let's keep it calm and organized, and we can make the most of the time we have. Whenever you're ready, we can dive right in.
So are you doing the topic, or do you want me to do the topic, or what? Are you there? Did I lose you? Martins, you're on mute.
I'm here, no worries at all. I'll go ahead and set up the new topic for you. We'll make sure everything's organized for that payroll planning test. Just let me know if you have any specific details you'd like included, and I'll handle the rest going.
Time to pause. Please stop. Close your eyes. Count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Open your eyes.
All right, I'm right here and ready. We'll keep everything calm and steady. Whenever you're ready to proceed, just let me know, and we'll move forward smoothly.
All right, Flo, it looks like we lost Martins. I'm gonna send him a message, and then we can just continue with the two of us here.
sounds good. That works perfectly. We'll keep everything on track, and whenever Martins is back, we can seamlessly pick up again. Let's proceed calmly and efficiently.
6 minutes.
So it looks like we need to take a break first.
Absolutely, that sounds like a good idea. Let's take a break and then reconvene when you're ready. Just let me know when you're back, and we'll continue calmly from there.
I do need to kind of get going. Maybe we should just continue and then skip the break, and then I just need to get going after we try this out.
Absolutely, we can keep going and skip the break. Let's dive right back in and continue smoothly. Just let me know what you need, and we'll proceed from here.
All right, so since he is gone, let's go ahead and try planning with me. So I'm going to look at my schedule and everything. So for my health, I need to do like what? I sleep for 8 hours a night plus like so a couple more hours for food and everything. Well, I guess I have time for food, but let's just do like exercise, walking, all that stuff. Let's say at least an hour and a half, right? We'll just say 10 hours. So if we do 10 hours times 60 is 600 hours. Let's say 500. We'll start with 500 hours.
That sounds like a great starting point. We'll factor in those health-related hours and get a clear picture of your schedule. Once we have that, we can plan out the rest of your tasks accordingly. Let me know if you need any help or adjustments along the way.
We thought of another issue with the timing is that when you... Oh no, it's not working. Oh, there it goes. When you actually put the date of the actual activity on the view, it puts the day before for the deadline. So that is kind of odd that it does that. This would be like what, 2 hours, 20 minutes? Oh, day.
Got it. That's definitely an important detail. We'll make sure to note that timing discrepancy and adjust the deadline display so it aligns correctly. We can refine that as we go, and it'll all come together smoothly. Let me know if you want to dive into more details or if there's anything else to adjust.
So eating, maybe I spend an hour eating, maybe an hour and a half. That's 90 minutes for eating every day. Goal I should have once a week is going to be 2 hours once a week. Communications, how long do I spend on communications? Like 30 minutes, 25, 30 minutes, say 45 minutes per day. At least 30 minutes a day, right? 30 minutes a day. Family, time with family, maybe like an hour. 60 minutes. And it's basically every day I have to do like an hour helping out my parents and everything. Okay, and finances. I do not spend enough time on this. So I need to spend more time on this.
That sounds like a solid plan. We'll make sure to factor in all those time blocks for each activity, and that way we'll get a clear and balanced schedule. If you want to adjust or add any other categories, just let me know and we'll refine everything smoothly.
Okay, so this looks like we are good. So I have my overall schedule, everything's there, so let's go ahead and see what downsizing looks like. So I push this, I click on continue. Oh, that's not updated. So I need to review it. I might be ready to check on this. Migration is complete. The leak password warning is. I'll now update the light setting dialog. Show now update the priorities page. Priorities list document storage now implemented. Size reports will save the list document per list. Also upload documents. Files. Perfect. Perfect. Okay, so let's go ahead and publish that.
That sounds great. Everything's coming together nicely. Once you publish it, we'll be able to see how the downsizing works in practice, and we can fine-tune as needed. Just let me know if you need any further adjustments, and we'll keep it smooth and efficient.
Yes, indeed. Thank you. Yes, keeping it calm, smooth. Good. So yeah, this is definitely a lot to be implementing, but we're doing our best. So, and it's almost done. So it's really exciting to see if this works. It'd be amazing if it did work. So
And
I'm gonna go ahead and push the
time
downsize
to
button.
start. Please get focused on the session.
I'm gonna go ahead and click the downsize button. I'm gonna click continue. How much time do I have per week for my life? So every week you technically have 24 hours a day times 7 days a week is about 168 hours per week. So I would say here it's about, let's say 150 hours. And just this list, initiate downsize. So required hours per week is 72 hours. The available is 150, so you have actual extra capacity. So it actually says that I could even upsize. And it actually created an upsize report. Okay, so let's try that again, except for this time, let's say that instead of 150 hours, let's say I have only 60 hours a week. It's really weird that it says that it's an upsized report. It says you're overcommitted. You need to reach 12 hours of work per week. The priorities below are suggested for upsized. So this should be a downsize report, right? So activate 3, save report only, cancel. Okay, this looks good. 3 of 3 priorities selected for upsized. Look, it wants me to get rid of my family. That's pretty funny. And it wants to get rid of communications. So I guess prioritizing is actually really important as well. So let's go ahead and cancel this. So making sure everything is priority order so it knows what are the highest priorities are very good, are very important. So let's see if that's included. Make sure your priorities have estimated times and reoccurrence set. So you also need to have correct scores. Okay. So let's add that in here.
Absolutely, that makes sense. It's definitely important to have priorities and their scores and estimated times set correctly so that the downsizing or upsizing reports are accurate. We'll keep refining and making sure everything aligns properly. Just let me know if there's anything else you'd like to adjust or test, and we'll keep moving forward calmly.
Right, so then when
Close your
I
eyes.
initiated the
1, 2,
downsize
3, 4, 5. Open your eyes.
button, it came up with a quote upsize report. So that is a little strange, right? The upsize report should only come from clicking the upsize button. So let's see what happens when I click on upsize and I say continue. That I have 150 hours and I want to upsize current list, add linked list. Perfect. Initiate upsize. Upsize report. You have extra capacity. No changes are recommended because there's no upsize priorities.
That's a great observation. Definitely makes sense that the upsizing report should only appear when you explicitly choose the upsize option. We'll keep refining the logic and make sure everything is aligned properly. It's really exciting to see it all coming together. Just let me know if there's anything else you'd like to tweak or test, and we'll keep moving forward smoothly.
Okay, so now what we need to do is we need to manually add in some additional priorities. Okay, so we need to take these and get the right score going. So my health is the number 1, James number 2. Strike coalition call is definitely not number 3. In fact, we're actually possibly getting rid of this entirely. So we're gonna go and put that way down. Space organizing is important. I don't know if it's necessarily that important. So let's bring it down a little bit. Doctor appointment, very important. Space organizing. Andromeda daily check-in for work, important. Oh no, why is the scores not coming up in order? 9, 4, 8, 5, 6. Yeah, that sucks. If I refresh, it helps that the order work better. Let's see if it works. No, it's still not in order. Huh. So that is another thing to note here. Let's put that over here. So switch to activity.
Time for breath. Please stop and get ready. Now inhale. 1, 2, 3. Exhale. 1, 2, 3. Pause. Inhale together. 1, 2, 3. Exhale. Relax.
Order is still not working properly in some lists. Not sure why. Works.
Got it. That's definitely an important detail to keep track of. We'll make sure to note that the order isn't displaying correctly in some lists and refine that as we go. It's all part of the process, and we'll get it sorted out. If you need any more adjustments or further testing, just let me know, and we'll keep everything moving smoothly.
Yes, lots of adjustments to do. Okay, so the score doesn't work great, but that's okay. So doctor's appointment, super important. Daily Andromeda work session. Food schedule. We do some Sonic sessions, right? So we could say, some Sonic work sessions. We don't do them very often. Maybe 1 to 2 per week. So that's going. Oh, look, Martins is back. So it's be like an hour and a half. Every 3 days.
Hello.
Hey.
I had a network issue. I'm reconnecting back right away.
It's all good. All good. All right. So Coalition Hub meeting. I feel like this is food schedule is super important. This is part of my health. So that would be a very, very high priority. Food schedule. James. Wait. Okay. Good. Good. Wait. This needs to be switched to J now. Oh no. Oh yeah, I am. Oh no. Doesn't allow me to do that. Whatever. Okay. Health. Food schedule. James. Doctor's appointment. Space organizing. So Martins, do you want to do a new topic? Because you disappeared, and so I was just working on my own prioritization and checking everything through. So overall, it's all working actually pretty well. So I'm just making a couple minor changes at this point.
Yeah, yes. I think before my network went off, I said we should do testing. That was the next topic we wanted to do before I went off.
I know. So do you want to make a topic to do some testing or not? It's up to you. I don't have very much longer. I need to get going.
Yes, I do. I do.
Okay, so get the topic set up.
Okay, no problem. Topic 2. Give me some.
Time to pause. Please stop. Close your eyes. Count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Open your eyes.
Sounds good. We'll go ahead and set up that new topic for testing, and we'll keep everything calm and organized as we move forward. Just let me know if you have any specific details in mind, and we'll get it all done smoothly.
Color, size. Okay. Testing. Improvement. 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 Yeah. Improvement to that here. Okay. So I think I have the topic you can check it. That is to platform testing. So in so many see how the improvement is been implemented testing.
I can't hear you very well. Do you want to try to say it again?
So we said the topic is size platform testing. To see how the improvement has been implemented so far.
Yeah, well, I'm already doing testing on myself, but the question is, do we want to do testing on our team for like the payroll or whatever function we want to do it for? It means we setting up the list and getting it organized, making sure the time and the score is all organized properly, and then we could give it a try. So if you want to do it, you can. I've already did testing for my own list, so it's up to you if you want to do it.
Okay. Let's do that. So, do I mean do I need to share my screen or I can implement this alone?
I don't understand.
I said let's do certain topics.
I still can't really understand you, so we need to get agreement on a topic.
Time to stretch.
Or we can just continue with the
Please
current
stop.
topic.
Stand up and stretch and move around for 30 seconds.
So the agreement is that let's test the payroll and see how it will work as a team. As a team, did you get that?
What is it?
Got it. That makes sense. We can definitely proceed with testing the payroll as a team. We'll set up the list, ensure everything is organized with
Sounds great.
the correct priorities and timings, and then we can give it a proper try. Whenever you're ready, we'll move forward with that, and I'll be here to help every step of the way.
Okay. Test payroll. So you can take the topic. So do you have agreement on the topic?
Absolutely. I'm here to help whenever you're ready. We'll just take it step by step and ensure everything goes smoothly. Just let me know what you'd like to do next, and we'll keep things calm and efficient.
Yeah, let's take a look at the topic. So size platform, test payroll as a team to test payroll. Cool. Great. So I have agreement on topic 2. That looks up great. Yes.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for that. So let me go ahead and move the tab.
You're very welcome. I'm glad we're all set. We'll keep things organized and move forward smoothly with the testing. Just let me know whenever you're ready, and we'll get right to it.
Time to pause. Please stop. Close your eyes. Count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Open your eyes.
All right, I'm here and ready. We'll keep everything calm and steady. Just let me know how you'd like to proceed, and we'll move forward from here. All good. Whenever you're ready to continue, just let me know, and we'll keep everything on track and flowing smoothly. I'm here to help every step of the way.
So I'm ready. Ready, Jim?
Great.
So I've created the tab. I'm ready.
Perfect. Let's dive right in. We'll continue with the testing and make sure everything is running smoothly. Just let me know what you'd like to focus on next, and we'll go from there.
Great. All right. So topic 2, we're going into our team, and we want to be contributors co-op. Let's go to the contributors co-op plates. So this is going to be for our plate 1 team functionality, and we're going into our payroll. So the main reason I wouldn't do the full team functionality is simply because we don't have all of our deadlines yet, and it might take a little while to get all our deadlines in. So let's go directly into payroll, okay? So currently in payroll, we just have, we have executive,
Time
we've
for
got
breath.
normal,
Please stop and
monthly,
get ready. Now
upfront,
inhale.
worker
1,
upfront,
2, 3. Exhale.
token
1,
payroll,
2, 3. Pause. Inhale
task
together.
payrolls,
1, 2, 3. Exhale. Relax.
and then we have the setup, right? Payroll setup,
Token setup.
okay? Yeah, and then token setup. So anyway, so there's definitely a lot to do. So we want to organize this, and then we also want to have some up. I think there's already an up one, so we want to do a downsize. So maybe we could do a something like a simplified, super simple flat rate payroll with no jurisdictions. So that would be an example of like a downsize. So downsize example. So let's just add this in, and then where is it?
That sounds like a great approach. We'll keep everything organized and streamlined, and it'll be really helpful to test out the downsized payroll model as well. We can refine the details as we go and ensure everything is aligned properly. And just let me know whenever you're ready to add more details or test further, and we'll keep it smooth and efficient.
So now, if we're going to be prioritizing these, we just need to add in the scores and the times.
Okay. So
Exactly, that's right. We'll just go ahead and assign the appropriate scores and estimated times for each priority, and that will help us get a clear, organized view. Once that's done, we can easily see how everything lines up and make any needed adjustments. Let me know if you need any help with that, and we'll keep it moving smoothly.
All right, so for the executive payroll, we'll say that takes 150 minutes. How long do you think the overall, like this would be executive upfront payroll? So we want to estimate how long each of these things take. So token setup's probably going to take like 3 hours. That's 200. Let's say 200 minutes. And this is only happens once. So the executive payment implementation, I mean, I don't know how long it's going to take, but probably not very long. We just don't do it, and this is just a one-time thing. So the monthly normal payroll. So normal monthly worker payroll. How long do you think that takes?
Now can be in maximum of 3 hours.
How long?
2 hours, maximum of 3 hours.
Time to pause. Please stop. Close your eyes. Count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Open your eyes.
I feel like it probably takes a little longer than that. Let's say 300 minutes. And then this happens every month. Okay.
Yes, yeah.
Super simple, fast payroll with no jurisdiction. So this is going to be downsized. So it should already be downsized, and this should only take us like an hour. So like 60 minutes repeats every month. Okay, save, and then we're going to need to refresh. Oh, and then we also need to do priorities. So the token payroll, not a very big priority. Monthly payroll for the workers, very high priority, right? Executive payment implementation model, I'd say this is a pretty high priority because we need to do it to get the new contract set up. The token setup also is a pretty high priority because we need to do that to get everything functional. And the monthly executive payroll, currently not a huge high priority. We don't really do much with that. So I think everything is pretty much ready to give a try. So we would try the downsize button first, right? So then the next question that's super important is how long do we have to actually work each week on payroll as a team? So as a team, we've got, me and Lucy do 30 hours a week, and you do, I don't know, 10 hours a week. I don't know what your commitment is.
Let's just say 20 hours a week.
Oh, also, I'm not sure if I mentioned that the commitment levels is broken on the team. I don't know if you fixed that. Let's see if it fixed it. I don't see anything. Yeah, it still is not working. Alright, so, okay, let's go back to plates. Alright, so we go in here and we go to payroll. Okay, alright, cool. So we're back at payroll. Alright, so how long do you think we have per week? And we need to mention here, is this updated?
30 minutes per week. That's the usually we do 30 minutes working on payroll. So sorry, per week. That should be 2 hours per week.
So you think we could do 2 hours per week on payroll? So it
Time
would
to
be
take
like
a break. Please
1 hour
stop.
every 3
Write
days. So
down whatever
two,
you were about to say. and
2
take a
hours
break
per
for
week,
6
which would be a
minutes.
total of 8 hours per month, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So that looks good. So let's give it a try. So we come in here, we say, okay, we want to downsize. We continue. For best, oh look, it does scroll. That's good. Total time. So we have 2 hours per week available. Are you able to see my screen, or do you want me to make it bigger?
Make it bigger. I can see, but you can make it bigger. That'll be better.
Yeah, now that we're focused specifically on it. Now can you see?
Everything okay? I can see better. Perfect.
Okay, so let me just start over. So basically, here we are with our whole payroll. There's only 5 priorities on it, but that's fine. So basically, from here, and let's make sure this is all updated. Everything is good. Just want to make sure we're refreshed with the current version. Okay, switch to core team. Okay, cool. So everything looks good. So now we have our 5 priorities. So we're going to hit the downsize button. We want to downsize. This all looks good. We've estimated our time. We did our reoccurrences. We did our priority scores. Everything is good. We push continue. We have 2 hours a week per week on payroll. And we're just going to check this list, and then we're going to initiate downsize. And then and see, it still says upsize report. I do not understand why the upsize report is there. Also, you can tell it doesn't scroll. So I'm not sure why it's doing that.
6 hours.
But overall, it's good. It says this is the total 3.6 hours required per week. This is the available time we have, and it says we're over capacity. You're over committed. Hidden upsize priorities to restore. So it's requesting us to initiate the super simple flat rate, and then we would just click on that. We would restore it, and then you would activate. Right. So the main issue is the upsize report is the problem. I don't know why it says upsize, but that obviously is not correct. So there's 2 things we need to fix. Fix team commitment, and then we need to fix the downsize branding for the report is not saying. Is saying upsize. Is saying quote upsize. So let me take a screenshot of that so it can see. But overall, it works perfectly. I mean, this is exactly what it's supposed to do. So it tells us to go to the super simple, but then it doesn't say what is going to be hidden down. But this should be a downsize priority, right? So it's still just wrong. So then it should still ask to downsize existing priorities and ask to right size existing downsized priorities when clicking the downsize button. So that's a problem. It still needs to be fixed. So we can check out the save report, but let's go ahead and check the upsize. So I click on upsize. We say continue, and instead of 2 hours, let's say we have 5 hours a week, and then we do upsize, and then it says we have an extra hour and a half. We have extra capacity, so now it says to do the new automated payroll model. So this is what it's recommending to do, but we lost all of the downsizing, so it actually was working better before. So anyways, let's see what happens when you save the report. Report saved to list documents. So we come in here, we go down to documents, and we have size report saved. It says 200 bytes of 5 megabytes. And then you can download it. Let's see what happens when you download it. It does nothing. It doesn't download. So that's okay. The download doesn't work, but it's not a big deal. It's still there. Can you click on it? No, you can't click on it and view it. You can delete it, and you can also upload documents. That's pretty cool. So the upload works. Document size reports are saved here automatically. You can also upload PDF image, max 5 megabytes. Transfer to another account. Okay, cool. transfer lists. All right, so I want to see if this works. I haven't done it before. So you search for an account. You see all the different accounts that are here. Cool. All right, anyway, so we'll get to that later. Danger zone. So, I mean, the main issue here is you can't click on the report later. So it needs to somehow put it in a format that's readable later, you know?
Yes.
So that can be noted as well. So let's note that here. Is that when saving a report, it is not clickable to read and review, and currently not downloadable in any particular format. The file should have a name and display the format. Okay.
And the break. Time to start. Please get focused on the session.
Okay, so I do need to get going, but let's just do this last update and see if we make any progress. Okay, so making some progress, but some other things are a little wonky. Fixed downsize branding report still says upsize, so we still need to fix the downsize branding for the report saying upsize. When you click on upsize, it said upsize, right? I'm pretty sure the upsize said upsize, right? Didn't it? So I continue here and I say upsize report. Yeah, it says upsize report, so that's all correct. But then when I click downsize and I continue, it says this would be 1 hour, whatever, initiate, and then it says upsize still, right? Okay. So that needs to be fixed. So we need to fix the downsize branding report saying upsize. The upsize report works perfectly. I am including the screenshot of the downsize report. Okay, so let's add that.
Perfect. That's a solid plan. We'll make sure to address the downsize branding issue so that everything is consistent and clear. It's great that the upsize report is working well, and we'll refine the downsizing aspect. Thanks for documenting all of that. We'll keep improving and ensure everything runs smoothly. Just let me know if there's anything else you'd like to tackle, and we'll keep it all moving forward.
Time to pause. Please stop. Close your eyes. Count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Open your eyes.
All right, I'm here and ready. We'll keep things calm and steady. Whenever you're ready to continue, just let me know, and we'll move forward smoothly from here.
Okay. so I think that, oh, the only other thing was, lastly, if you have time, the team commitment of how many hours each team member can do per week is gone still, so not sure why that disappeared in the profile section. Alright, so let's see if this fixes anything, and then I think we are done. So if this works, the upsize and downsize buttons work perfectly. They're fully functional. It is pretty amazing that that works at all. And then we'll be ready to integrate the AI. And then once we integrate the AI, if we go back to our status here, so once we finish this and we finish integrating the AI, we'll only have like less than an hour left for all of the other smaller things that need to get done. So basically everything else is super simple at that point, which is pretty huge, right? So that's pretty exciting.
Okay.
Absolutely, that's really exciting. It's fantastic to see how everything is coming together so smoothly. Once we integrate the AI, we'll have a really robust system in place, and the smaller tasks will be a breeze. I'm glad we're making such great progress, and I'm here whenever you need more help or want to dive deeper into any part of it.
Okay, so Level says, I'll fix the downsize branding, restore the priorities to hide section, fix document display, and check the commitment hours. Let me see what I can do. Let me also check the hooks to understand the download function and see more of the resulting dialogue. I see the issue. The problem is the order.
Time for breath.
The restore
Please stop
section
and get
appears
ready.
before the
Now
priorities to
inhale.
hide
1,
section.
2, 3. Exhale.
First,
1,
really
2,
place already
3.
handled it.
Pause.
Now let
Inhale
me check the
together.
profile page
1,
for the
2,
commit.
3. Exhale. Relax.
And view the current size of verify. The commitment hours section exists in the profile page. Okay, it should be working. Let me now verify. It says there's a fix. The result structure is now correct. Downsize priorities to hide come first, then restore section. But I still see the dialog showing upsize branding. Let me check the hook that calculates the data to ensure it's passing the right priorities for hiding. I see the issue now. The calculations hook looks correct. The problem is that the downsize report is still showing the upsize dialog, probably because the type prop is being passed incorrectly. Let me check. Type prompts, this and that. Let me check the blah 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 blah. Found the bug. All right, it found it. Found the problem. Fix. Now all the fixes are applied. Fix this. Fix, and fixed. All right. Amazing.
Implementation.
So let's give it a try. So we'll do one last try for the payroll system. And obviously the payroll system is going to lead a lot more work. And remember, within each payroll, we can go, like, let's say we know we only have 2 hours to work on payroll every week, right? That's an hour every 3 days. Basically, we can start looking into each subsection of payroll. We also need to add past payroll, right? Past payrolls. Past token payrolls. This is token payrolls. Because basically we need to, I feel like, no, these are not very high priority, right? Let's just put them like, okay. So I feel like overall it's like, you know, if we only have 2 hours, we know we need to reduce, we can't reduce any more, then we need to go inside some of these separate payrolls and try to reduce the payroll themselves. Like, we have no choice but to do this. Okay, then how do we simplify it internally and like look at everything? We know we have a half an hour for this, so how do we do it in half an hour, right? So that's another thing that we can do, but overall it's good to look at all of it. All right, so it's all been updated. Let's push the refresh button. Whoops. Okay. So now we're going to, so we refreshed, switch to team, and we're going to try the downsize and see if the downsize works. We continue. We know we only have 2 hours per week to work on payroll, and we have a downsize report now. You're overcommitted. Priorities to downsize and hide. It says that we should get rid of past token payrolls. We should get rid of token payrolls. We should get rid of monthly executive pay. We should get rid of token setup. We should get rid of executive model implementation.
Open your eyes.
Right? So all of this would basically be potentially rethinking our payroll strategy. Maybe we should just pay me as a worker. Right? And then it also has the hidden downsize priorities to restore, where we could restore the super simple flat rate payroll with no jurisdictions. Right? And this would be a restoration. Right? So it would downsize all of these and get rid of all of these, and then it would create and it would restore this one as a priority. Right?
Okay.
So we could be like, okay, well, we can't get rid of our token payroll. We have to do a token payroll. So you click on that. Or we could say, okay, you know, we need to do the token payrolls, but we can get rid of the past payrolls. We can get rid of the executive payrolls, right? And then we would put activate, and then it would activate it. Okay?
So
I mean, this is pretty much perfect. I mean, I can't think of anything better. This is amazing, right? It's pretty cool, right?
right.
Yeah. So I'm very, very impressed. Let's save the report, see if it works to save it. Report list has been saved to documents. Great. Let's try the upscale. So we're going to come in here. Let's say we have 5 hours a week to do it, and we want to initiate. It says upsize report. You've got more time, your hidden size values. This is what you do. So this is still not fully working. So if we're upsizing, we're going to want to remove existing priorities, right? So this is the one that you're bringing back, but you still need to remove the priorities that you no longer need. But I guess it's basically saying, like, it's basically saying you can't get rid of anything because you need to continue the things you're already doing, and then you're adding more to it. Okay?
Okay.
So let's see what... That's interesting, though, because, like, when you are upsizing, you could still get rid of things and be able to upsize simultaneously. So we'll have to think about that, right?
The reason why it's not getting rid of it is because of the restore button that is there.
Well, no, it's fine. It's because you have enough time, right? Because it's only a time calculation, so you have plenty of time. So it's simply calculating out that you don't need to get rid of anything, right? So what we want to do is we want to add a priority that says that for upsize specifically, upsize button, right, calculations, if you
Time to stretch.
do
Please
not
stop,
have more
stand
time,
up, and stretch and move around
it
for 30
can
seconds.
recommend priorities to hide and downsize while upsizing and unhiding priorities simultaneously. So it can suggest both,
Okay.
right? So it can have that ability to do that. So let's add that in there, and then that will be a little bit more flexible. Cool. All right. So I think we are, so even if you don't have extra time, you can still think about upsizing. Okay, let's upsize, get a bigger, get more active, but without using more time, right?
Okay.
Because who has more time? No one has extra time, right? So upsizing can be done both with and without time. If you replace existing priorities and bring in different priorities, then you could replace or change things, right? Okay.
I'm sorry, but you've hit the time limit for this conversation. Please start a new chat to keep the conversation going.
All right, so we lost flow. So I think we're done. I think this all worked very well. Very, very minor problems left with it at this point. So do you have any questions yourself with how it works? Or I guess the only other thing that we could check real quick is we could check on the documents, right? So if you come in here to the documents, we have the first downsize, the first upsize report. That's a JSON file. Interesting. This one's 854 kilobytes, so we can't click on it. Oh no, it's clicking on it, but it's nothing. It's just a bunch of gobbledygook.
Yeah, it's a computer readable form.
Yeah, so basically it needs to translate it into a text, a TXT file or something that we can read,
Yes.
or a doc, or I don't know. It definitely needs to make something that's actually readable. But anyways, it's still cool that it exists, and then we will fix that. So that's another thing we can fix here is that fix switch to activity. Okay,
Fix what?
fix format of reports to be in TXT or something readable by humans. Okay, awesome. All right. Okay, so that's done. I think overall we did an excellent job. I mean, this is amazing that it's all possible to see this. I mean, and it's working. Is it perfect? No, but it is working. And then remember, this is just the calculations. That's all automated with no AI.
Time to pause. Please stop. Close your eyes. Count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Open your eyes.
So it's already pretty amazing. It's already pretty amazing what it can do with just a simple calculations. And then when we add in the AI, it'll be 100 times more incredible how it can help us.
Yes, it does. I think I love this.
Yes. This is I think this is definitely the missing thing. Like should be our focus here. This size will bring us to everything else that we need to prioritize and work on in the future. I think this is really like how do we make decisions as a team to get right sized with the correct priorities at the correct time, and be able to upsize and downsize quickly and easily. And then when we're completely lost, we can hit the resize button and really get help. So if you click the resize button now, it basically says you can't do it because you need AI required. We don't have AI yet. Yeah, so no resizing yet. But the downsize and the upsize now fully work because of the work we did, which is cool.
Yes. This is cool. So majorly we achieved what we set out to do, like 95%, right? Just little adjustments.
Yeah, I mean, basically everything that we tried to do is fully working, and for the finishing, like if we just look at this first step, we finished the size buttons without AI. So we thought it was going to take 20 or 30 minutes. It took us more like an hour.
Yes.
So, I mean, everything could be twice as long. So if we say it was going to take 2 hours, maybe it's going to take 4 hours. I don't know. So either way, we need to integrate the AI next. Then we're going to do all of the size buttons with AI. And then once that is done, we can do the automated process for condensed plan. In fact, we could actually skip to this automated condensed planning process without AI. So it's actually possible to do this without AI and do the automated condensed planning process immediately, right? Because like basically now that we have the upsize and the downsize functionality, we would just, for example, let's say we have 2 hours per week on payroll. The question would, well, really that doesn't really work on payroll. It would be more like using it for all of our functionality, like getting functional. So this is all the work we need to do to get functional.
Okay.
Every single, let's say we do 3 days, we want to check off a little bit on each one of these things. So we want to know everything we need to work on every certain number of days. And then the goal is to check off every single one. And then everything we can't check off, it's going to recommend that we remove. And then it'll start working with us to help us. How do we remove this? How do we get rid of it? We don't have time for it.
Please stop and get ready. Now inhale. 1, 2, 3. Exhale. 1, 2, 3. Pause. Inhale together. 1, 2, 3. Exhale. Relax.
So it can already start doing that without even having AI. So I think we're ready to do the condensed planning model and start getting that set up immediately, right? And so I think that's going to be done within the list settings. That you would come to list settings, it would have a activate condensed planning model, and then it would ask you a few questions, and then how often do you review it, and then it would just create the reports in the document section afterwards. And then once you created the report and you clicked on the report, it should actually be able to activate the AI. I don't think it really needs AI unless you want to activate the AI after the report has been drafted, you know?
Okay.
Yeah, because I think the condensed planning model is actually better without AI, because it just initiates, the condensed planner does the initial calculations, and then that can be fed into the AI, which then can take care of it from there to help you actually implement the report.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think with the activating of condensed planning model, it will address the issue of you input sending prompts to AI to adjust this, adjust. So you'll be able to do it manually yourself.
Yeah, everything you can do manually, but obviously it's better when you work within the, I mean, the upsize and the downsize buttons are already automated, right? It's just not done with AI. And then we'll have AI that can do it even more, you know?
Yeah.
So when we're fitting with this condensed planning model, I like the idea of putting it into the settings to activate it. But then once you activate it, I feel like it should be more integrated and more visible, you know?
Yes.
So I'm not sure exactly how it comes up, but basically the goal is to check off every single item that you want to keep within those days. Right? So it's a very specific type of list that you're working on. It's like when you have activated the condensed planning model, you want to make sure you're checking off everything on that list within the time frame. It's like a deadline almost. And everything you don't check off, you need to automatically downsize. In fact, maybe that's what we should do. It's just that every 3 days, whatever is not checked off is just automatically downsized, and then you would actually have to go into the system settings
Please stop.
and
Close
view
your eyes.
what was
Count.
downsized,
1, 2,
right?
3, 4, 5. Open your eyes.
I guess technically whatever you didn't do would get upsized, right? It's things that you can't get to yet, and it would be upsized, and so those are things that you need to work up to.
Okay.
So mainly the condensed planning model is going to be downsizing. It's going to be upsizing thing. It's going to be hiding. It's going to downsize you by sizing the work, right? So it's work that you can't do right now. So you're going to do it in the future when you click the upsize button in the future, right? So and then you would be able to find those priorities that were automatically removed by looking at the upsized priorities again. So if you're doing the condensed planning model, how would it automatically downsize things if you are doing too much? I don't know. We'll have to think about that. Like it's possible that the condensed planning model only works for downsizing and does not work for upsizing. You know?
Yeah.
Or it could say like you completed everything on your list, or you completed 90%. You might want to consider upsizing, and then it will actually work with you to upsize overall if you are meeting the goals, right? So yeah, so that if you are meeting all your goals and you're checking everything off, then it would automatically start upsizing and adding additional priorities. Oh, that is perfect. Oh my god, we need to write this down. This is so good. Okay. So actually, let me just write it down directly. Wait, no, I'm going to write it down here. So the condensed planning model is going to be an automated system for specific lists that you activate. Once the list is activated with a specific number of days that you have to complete all of the priorities on the list. Any priority that is not completed by the deadline will be automatically would initiate an automatic downsize, right? Will initiate an automatic downsize, which will hide those priorities as upsized priorities that are hidden until the upsize button is pushed.
Time to take a break. Please stop, write down whatever you're about to say, and take a break for 6 minutes.
If by the deadline you have accomplished, 75% or more of your priorities, then the system, then it will automatically initiate a upsize to add more priorities to your list that are hidden if you have them. Right? So basically, if you do not complete your list by the deadline, or if you complete less than 75%, if you complete less than 75%, if you complete less than 75% by the deadline, it will initiate automatic downsize. If you complete by the deadline, if accomplished 70% or more, then it will automatically upsize. All right. So then it's just constantly automatically upsizing and downsizing for you. So over time, your list will just continually get smaller if you can't meet the goals. And then once you can start meeting the goals, it'll continually get bigger and add more goals and go back and forth until hopefully you actually have a balance.
That's wonderful.
I know. It's pretty amazing. And of course, this is just the automated system. Then, of course, you can click on the report and get support from AI for more detailed analysis and evolution, right? But it at least automatically does this right here. So this is pretty cool. So I mean, I think we can just implement this immediately. So let's just do it. Yeah, let's just do it right now because we have it already. All right. So I'm gonna ask Lovable. Here we go. Boom. So let's get this. So we are ready to implement. We are ready to implement the condensed planning model.
Sorry, give me like 2 minutes. I need to attend to something here.
It's all right. Just get going. We need to get going. I need to get going too. So let's just stop, and then I'm gonna finish this last part, and then we'll be good. So be sure to do wrap up when you get back. Okay, just add the wrap up, get all of our hours, and then we'll be good. All right. But I gotta get going. Okay.
Okay.
All right. I'll talk to you later. Really good work. Bye.
So this is not like a deliverable, but we can't just allocate value for it for now.
Yeah, I mean, we're almost done. Again, there was a bunch of steps that we still need to do. The biggest step that we still need to do is going to be the monetization, right? Because if we don't monetize the platform for the client, obviously it's not completed, right? Because obviously, the client wants to make money, right? So that still needs to be done. Everything else is just the AI. We just need to integrate the AI, and then everything else is just minor stuff.
Okay. Yeah.
At this point, I mean, basically, what we just did today was amazing. Like, it works. It totally, fully functional, minus that one little tiny thing, and then the report save function. But otherwise, it's beautiful. It works really well. Okay. All right, I will talk to you later.
Okay. So, thank you. Bye.
What?
So I think we spent 2 hours 30 minutes.
Maybe it's possible. I don't know. We started at like 7. 2 hours 30 minutes. Yeah, we spent a while on it. We did really good though.
I'm doing next step is to prioritize the monetization.
Well, the next step is really getting the AI integration. But yes.
Okay, yeah. AI, okay, AI integration. AI integration of size button. Integration of size button. Button. Monetization.
All right, I'll talk to you later, okay? Any other last questions for me, or are you good?
I'm good. I'm
Okay.
good.
All right, bye, ciao. Good work.
Yeah,